Yeah, these are edge defects. This is one type and that is another type, whereas here this is one edge defect and whereas here edge defects and here edge defects due to dislocation of the plane of atoms. Okay, this is so these are the different types of edge dislocations. Let us see about screw dislocation. Screw dislocation of atoms. This is arrangement of atoms. Okay. See here, this entire structure is okay, but if you see here this part, if you see this part, so some extra area added, so some extra atoms added. So because of that type of dislocation is called screw dislocation. Okay. So this is a isometric view of the grain. The isometric view of the grain. Inside the grain or crystal, arrangement of atoms is like this, in properly packed, but some extra packing is there. So the type of dislocation of atoms is screw dislocation. Okay. So this is the top view. In the top view, you can see this dislocation, extra dislocation, this part. Okay, this part, top view. Hope you understand. Okay, fine. Can you see these dislocations? This material is there. Inside, crystals are there. Inside the crystals, atoms are there. That atom dislocation arrangements, can you see with your naked eye? No. With normal simple microscopes also you cannot see. So you can see only with the high resolution cameras, microscopes like scanning electron microscopy and transmission electron microscopy, TEM, SEM technique, TEM. Scanning electron microscope, transmission electron microscope. Using those only you can see these microstructures, these imperfections. Okay. So here if you see this image, it is at 0.2 micrometer level. It is observed at 0.2 micrometer level. 0.2 micrometer means 0.2 into 10 power minus 6 meter. Okay, 10 power minus 6 meter. So at that the zoom level, if you observe these dislocations. This is one of the figure of dislocations. Okay, so that is about dislocations. In what topic we are discussing the dislocations? In the line defects. Line defects are causing due to dislocation. Those dislocations are two types. One is edge dislocation, second one is screw dislocation. Okay. So far we have covered point defects and line defects. Let us see about area defects. Or area defects or planar defects. What are planar defects in solids? Planar defect is a discontinuity of the perfect crystal structure across a plane. Planar defect is a discontinuity of the perfect crystal structure across a plane. Okay. So if you take one plane, perfect crystal structures are there at some arrangement, but at on the same plane, at some area, crystal structure is changed. So due to change of this crystal structure, if defects are forming, the defects are planar defects. The defects forming due to change in crystal structure in a particular plane is called planar defect. There we have to talk about crystal structure. Na? So if you take some plane, there so many crystals are there. So if These crystals are of round shape. Some other crystals are maybe hexagonal, some may be square, some may be like that. So due to this change in shape between circle to circle, circle to circle, circular shape, the space occupied and everything is okay. But between four circles, if some square, again circle, again some hexagonal shape, some pentagonal shape, so like that different shapes of crystals are coming, what will happen? Between some space will be there, so because of that space, some defects will be there. Na? So this is happening because of what? Different sizes of crystal structures, shapes, crystal structures, change in shape of the crystal structure. So grain boundary is a general planar defect that separates regions of different crystalline orientations within the polycrystalline solid. So these are all we already discussed. What is polycrystalline solid? We already discussed. Just here the point of discussion is what is planar defect. It is due to if in a plane 10 grains are there. If 6 grains are circular shape, 4 grains are, 1 grain is square shape, another grain is hexagonal shape. So because of this change in shape of the crystal, defects will be there. That defects come under planar defects. Clear? Fine. In the diagram you can see. This is 1 grain. This is 1 grain. In this grain, arrangement of atoms is like this. Okay? And this is another grain, middle. This is another grain. Between these two grains, arrangement of atoms is this one. In this grain, arrangement of atoms is this one. In this grain, arrangement of atoms is this one. So because of this grain of this shape, inside arrangement is changed. Because this grain is of this much shape, arrangement of atoms is like this. So similarly here, this is of different shape. Let it be, this is grain 1 and this is grain 2 and this is grain 3 and this is grain 4 and this is grain 5 and this is grain 6. Okay, 1, 2 different grain shape, 1, 3 different grain sizes, but these two are in adjacent to each other. Okay, so defects formed due to grain size. So when grain size is changing, grain boundaries also change. So in this diagram you can see grain boundaries. Grain boundaries how? This is one boundary. This is one grain boundary. This is of this shape, this is of this shape, and this is another grain boundary, this is of this much shape, this is another grain boundary, this is of another different shape. So different type of grain boundaries, na? different shapes of grain boundaries. Na? So this type of defect is planar defect. Okay? Yeah, these planar boundaries are of again classified into tilt boundaries, twin boundaries, okay, tilt boundaries, twin boundaries and micro cracks. Planar defect is again classified into 3, whereas line defects are due to dislocation. Dislocations are classified into edge dislocation, screw dislocation, whereas here planar defects are classified into, planar defects are due to grain boundaries. The grain boundaries are classified into 3 types. One is tilt boundary, twin boundary and micro cracks. Okay. Let us see about first tilt boundary. What is tilt boundary? Tilt boundary between two slightly misaligned grains. Between two slightly misaligned grains. This is one grain, this is another grain. Properly aligned. This is one grain, this is another grain. Is there any proper alignment? Okay. This tilt boundary. See here. What is arrangement of atoms in the grain? This is okay. Second line also okay. Third line also okay. But fourth line, see, from here to here, it is there. But whereas here, no atoms. So in perpendicular to this plane, no atoms. Perpendicular to this plane, there is no atoms. Right? So whereas again here, up to these 3 atoms in the grain, okay, but from there is no atoms arrangement. So perpendicular to this grains are not there. I mean bottoms are not there. So it is nothing but tilt boundary. Okay? Tilt boundary due to just misalignment of 2 successive grains. That's it. You got it, na? Fine. So from the tilt boundary, you write the definition and this diagram you have to draw. Right. Twin boundaries. Twin boundary happens when the crystals are of either side of a plane are mirror images. This is one boundary. This is one grain. This is another grain. Both are of same size and shape, but those are just adjacent. Those appear like mirror, na? Mirror images, na? So the boundary formed due to 2 adjacent grains. The boundary formed due to 2 adjacent grains, okay, are called twin boundary. Okay, twin boundary. The twin boundary happens when the crystals on either side of a plane, are mirror images of each other. Okay, this is one crystal, and this is one crystal, this is another crystal. Okay, both are of this one is one crystal, this one is another crystal. Both are of same size, shape, but both are just proper alignment. So both how it appears like mirror images. So what is the boundary of these two? This is one boundary, this is another boundary. So by combination, what is the boundary? Right? So like that. In a 2 successive planes. So this type of boundary is tilt boundary. Simply. Twin boundary. Okay? Tilt boundary is previous one. This is twin boundary. For the twin boundary, you can draw this diagram. This is one crystal. And this is a adjacent crystal. Both are in alignment. So this boundary is tilt boundary. Okay. So how these boundaries form? Twins are either grown in during crystallization. During solidification process, crystallization will happen. During crystallization, when 2 successive crystals of same size and shape, if the 2 crystals come under tilt boundary. When this happens? During crystallization. Okay? Or when it happens, result of mechanical or thermal work. If this is already solidified rod, if you want to heat it, what will happen? Some changes in the material happen. Why the change in the metal happens? Suppose if you are making a knife, you have to take a rod and you have to melt it and you have to hammer that. So when you take a rod, when you heat it, dislocations arrangement of atoms, arrangement of crystals is changing. So during during solidification, crystallization arrangement is happening. Crystal formation is happening. So if two crystals are of same size, shape, okay, when those are adjacent, those come under tilt boundaries. Those two successive boundaries come under tilt boundaries. When that is happening? During thermal work, when you apply heat, or during mechanical work. Mechanical means you are hammering that, or you are applying tensile load. When you apply tensile load, it will elongate. Elongation means what? Inside that grains, crystal sizes, shapes changing. Okay? During change, the two adjacent crystals may be come into the tilt boundaries. Hope you got it. Okay? Fine. That is about the tilt boundaries. Volume defects. What is volume defect? So that is about a planar defect or area defects. Under area defects we have discussed a tilt boundary, twin boundary. Planar defects are because of grain boundaries. Grain boundaries are of two types, tilt boundary and twin boundaries. Okay? Fine. Let us come into the fourth defects. Volume boundary. Volume defect. Okay? What is volume defect? Volume defects are voids. That is absence of number of atoms. Here you may confuse that. Space in point defects we have talked about space between two atoms, between the arrangement of atoms at particular place there is no atom. So that means some space is there. The defect is point defect we called. But volume defect also appears same, but it is three-dimensional. There if you take only a point, at particular point you are seeing the atoms. Whereas here you are taking some volume, a three-dimensional length, breadth, thickness. In a three-dimensional area you are seeing the arrangement of atoms. Okay, in three-dimensional area, if you see the arrangement of atoms, if there is no arrangement of atoms, that come under volume defect. Okay, volume defects are voids. Void means space only, gap, some gap. The absence of number of atoms. It is also due to absence of number of atoms, but it is in three-dimensional space. Okay, in the internal surfaces of the crystal. They have similar properties to microcracks. I think due to pressing of the slide bar, one topic we have microcracks. We didn't discuss in the planar defects or area defects. In the area defect, twin are due to boundaries. One is grain boundary. Second one is grain boundaries are classified into two, tilt and twin. And also microcracks also come under area defects. Microcracks. Okay. Microcrack occurs when internal broken bonds. Inside the material, inside crystal arrangement. Inside the crystal arrangement, atoms arrangement. Between atoms, bonds will be there, na? Those bonds we already discussed in the first presentation. Ionic bond, covalent bond, van der Waals bond, hydrogen bond. So bonds will be there, na? Based on the different material. Okay? Those bonds, because of those bonds breaking between atoms, microcracks will form. Okay? The microcrack occurs when internal broken bonds create new surfaces. Microcrack occurs due to internal break-in bonds of atoms. Internal broken bonds. Okay, these microcracks are of 10 micrometer size. 10 micrometer size. Micro cracks you cannot see with your eye. That is also you have to observe with the microscope. Micro cracks usually you see not inside the body. If you see here, the micro cracks will not be much there inside within the body, within the metal. Micro cracks usually appear on the surfaces. Okay, that's what here I mentioned. Also, micro cracks formed when there is a abrasion. Micro cracks are of 10 micrometer in size, and there is a tendency to form the surface of a solid. Yeah, it is on the surface of a solid rather than in the bulk. On the surface only micro cracks formation will happen. Okay. They also form at the grain boundaries and other regions of disorder. They also form at grain boundaries. Grain boundaries are there na? At the grain boundaries also micro cracks will form. These micro cracks are formed due to abrasion or impact with the dust particles. Suppose if you have a car, on the car due to some dust effect or some sand particle effect, some scratches will be there. Some scratches formation will be there. The small scratches you cannot see with your naked eye, but if you see the car body with a microscope, there will be so many lines you can see. But just for understanding purpose I am telling. If you take any metal, if you on the surface of the metal, if you see with the microscope, there will be so many micro cracks will be there. Okay, those are due to abrasion. Abrasion means because of dust particles. And if you take some scrubber in your utensils in your kitchen home, if you take any utensils, daily you are washing with scrubber. But if you see the surfaces of your that kettle with microscope, you will see so many micro cracks. Okay, in automobile body, in train vehicles, these micro cracks may not be a big fault, but whereas in aeroplane, if a single micro crack, if you can't identify that, it leads a crores of rupees loss. In aircraft structure, if there is a small micro crack or a simple point defect or planar defect or area defect is there, this defect analysis is very, very important in aerospace. So if the small minute crack also, when the aeroplane is on landing position, no problem. But when it is in the air, when it is traveling at a high speed, so that small crack will propagate to a big crack and there will be a fail in structure. Because of fail in structure, entire aircraft crash may happen because of simple small crack. So this crack analysis and defect analysis is very, very important, whereas in aerospace. It is also important in automobiles also. Okay. Fine. So this micro crack investigation is analysis is very, very important. So that is due because of micro cracks formed due to abrasion or impact. Impact means some sudden loads. Okay. So when you are traveling, when your car is traveling on the road, so many dust, so many small stones also will fall. So because of that impact, all that micro cracks formation will happen. This come under planar defects. Okay. Volume defect. It is the fourth defect under imperfections. Okay. Volume defects are voids. We already just discussed. Because of voids, these are three-dimensional. Not absence of number of atoms. Due to absence of number of atoms, volume defects will happen. There is no much explanation about volume defects. Not necessary. Simply you can understand. Fine. Imperfections are of four types: point defect, line defect, planar defect or area defect, and volume defect. Point defects, two types, due to vacancies and what is that? Due to vacancies and vacancy of atoms and Point defect, vacancy and interstitial or substitial. Okay. Yeah, we already discussed. Line defects and dislocations. Dislocations are of two types again. So the edge dislocation and screw dislocation. Area defects are due to grain boundaries. Grain boundaries are again two types: tilt boundary and twin boundary. Okay. Surface micro cracks, volume defects. So these are all the imperfections in the solids. So far we have discussed. Let us get into the next topic, that is slip and twin. Slip and twin. Volume defect. Slip and twinning. Okay. Before getting into the slip and twin, let me ask you a few questions. That during service, structure, machine, tool, etc., bear from loads or forces. If you take some metal, if you are sitting on a wooden table, that will deform when you sit. Okay. When you are pulling some rod, that will deform. When you are hitting with one material, that is also deform. Hitting, sitting and pulling, these are all what? Applying some force, applying some load. Okay. So due to application of this load only, deformations is happening. So during service, structure, machine, tool. The structure will deform because of forces and loads, and machines also subjected to so many loads, and tools also subjected to so many loads. Okay, because of the loads and forces, some deformation. The deformation is due to crystal arrangements, and because of those are all imperfections. Okay, fine. What is happening? Change in shape is happening. Okay, breaking into pieces. Every material is breaking into pieces and change in shape is happening. Okay. Happening in terms of mechanics. Deformation is happening, elastic deformation is happening, and plastic deformation is happening, and fracture is happening due to application of loads. Okay. Elastic deformation, it is changing the shape and it is not coming back to original position. So that is elastic deformation. So if it come back to original position, it is elastic deformation. If it does not come back to original position, it is plastic deformation. Okay. And fracture, it may fail. So these are all happening in every metal. Are they desirable? It has to be. Okay. So no deformation. You will talk about structural application. And elastic deformation is important in springs. If you take spring, that elastic deformation you want it in the springs. If spring is not compressing and not coming back to original position, so many applications will fail. Okay, this elastic deformation you want in the metal. In spring is example. No deformation. Even you apply some 1000 tons of load, no deformation should happen. So that is for structural application. If bus body roof is there, if 100 people sitting on the floor, if after sitting 100 people, if bus floor is some ditches happen, if change in shape happen, you don't board the bus now. So there should be no deformation in the metal for structural applications. There should be elastic deformation you want in spring case, and plastic deformation. In metals, it has to elongate at some places for plastic deformation. Okay, and fracture also it should happen. At some places you want it, some places you don't want it. Okay, so these are all why I am discussing. These are all happening due to slip and twinning. What is slip? If to take two grains. When you apply load, what is happening? The two grains are changing. Between one grain and another grain, slip is happening. Because of that, its plastic deformation is happening. Got it? Fine. What is simply slip? Slip system. What is slip system? Let us see what is slip definition. slip. Two prominent mechanisms of plastic deformation are slip and twinning. The change in shape is happening due to only slip and twinning. What is slip? Slip is the prominent mechanism of plastic deformation in metals. It is a mechanism in metals for plastic deformation. Because the slip is there between two grains only, the plastic deformation is happening. Okay? Fine. It involves sliding of blocks of crystals. Yeah. Due to sliding of blocks of crystals. Sliding of blocks of crystals over one another along different crystallographic planes called slip planes. When you apply load inside the crystal, two crystals will move. One crystal move another crystal, that is slip. Okay? Slip occurs when shear stress applied. Shear stress applied. When slip occurred only, your material is deforming. Inside two grains, one grain is sliding over another grain. Because of that only slip is happening. Because of slip only your material is deforming. Because of that only your spring is compressing and elongating. Okay? Twinning. What is twinning? Portion of crystal takes up on orientation that is related to the orientation of the rest. Okay? Some portion of the crystal only will change, will move. So that is twinning. Okay? Twinned portion of the crystal is a mirror image of the parent crystal. Okay? The plane of symmetry is called twinning plane. In what plane the twinning is happening is twinning plane. Only two cases. One grain, another grain. If one grain is slipping on another grain, that is slip because of the deformation is happening. Okay? If two grains are there, one grain, some part of the grain is changing. So that is twinning. Okay? You can see here from the slide, go through the slide, you will understand what is twinning. Okay? Yeah, here in this diagram we can see this is a undeformed crystal. See this, all the atoms arrangement in this crystal, a proper arrangement is there. Whereas slip, this part, and if you take this part, these two parts after slip. This is one crystal, this is another crystal. So, some change is there. In the crystal, this type of, inside the crystal, if these atoms move this side, these atoms move this side. Okay? If you take this one, these atoms slipped over these atoms inside the grain. So, this is called slip. Whereas twinning, see here, it may appear like same, but here some change is there. Over this line of atoms is moved. This line of atoms further moved. This line of atoms further moved. Yeah, lines also drawn here. This line and this line. So change in movement of atoms are there. So this is twinning. Okay, this is about slip and twinning. So that's about today's presentation. What do we discuss today? Imperfections. Imperfections are of four types: point defect, plane defect, line defect, area defect, volume defect. In that we discussed further classification. Okay. After that we have discussed slip and twin. Okay. Thank you.